Power is where an individual his environment is, he's influencing his environment. I think many of us use power interpersonally, and you can be power over other people. When I started to study spiritual material and study my guru, I realized that there were powers that made the powers we think of as interpersonal as very small potatoes. And I think there is power in the one, or the one awareness. That's power. It's the one creates, and then the creations manifest. That's creation. That's creation. That's power. I think I've used it one person over another person. George, the president, has a lot of power, but he doesn't really have power. Like the powers that transform one thing into another. Like my guru, a sadhu came to Maharaj-ji, and the sadhu started to tell Maharaj-ji, he upbraided Maharaj-ji, you have too much told onto. You have too much you're holding onto. And the man had a shalagram, a stone from the river, for puja, and said, Maharaj-ji, what a beautiful stone. The guy said, I'm not giving it to you. I'm keeping it. So Maharaj-ji said, I'll give you 40 rupees for it. Exorbitant. The fellow said, well, all right. And then Maharaj-ji said to him, give me all your money. And the fellow had it pinned inside his coat, all the rest of the money for his retirement. And that is, Maharaj-ji took his money and threw it into the brazier, the fire. And the guy got so upset. Maharaj-ji, that's my money. And Maharaj-ji said, oh, I didn't know you were so attached. And then Maharaj-ji took his chumptas and picked new bills out of the fire. Here's your money. And then that's real power. That's real power. My father was president of a railroad, and he used to pal around with presidents of corporations, and they'd come up to the farm, and I would have interaction with them, and I'd tell them stories about Maharaj-ji. It was like ghost stories around the fire with George's son. And I'd tell that story. And Maharaj-ji pulled the money, brand new money, took it out the fire, and they would die if they could have that. These were men that were socially up in the power structure. I don't know. I've had a lot of fame, which is power. I remember I had a picture of me in People magazine, and boy was I excited. I was excited. It was power. It was power. But think of the power of Christ, of the power of the Buddha. power in every religion. Power then is very, if you have power in this society, you will count on the fact that all your relationships are phony. So all your relationships are tinged with that power relationship. Like when I'm teaching a retreat, there are retreatants who have power, who have money or have influence of some sort. And I cannot treat them as a student. I have to treat them as a powerful person. And they get gypped because I can't give them a student, I can't give them devotee status. And that power problem is my mind. It's my mind. Yeah. Those like Christ and Buddha, they're single beings, and they such an effect all in the whole world. And bringing dharma to the whole world. And that's power. That's power. That's power to bring souls to the one. there's power in roles in society, and there's also a differentiation with using your power dharmically and adharmically. When you like Hitler was powerful, and he was powerful life and death, hundreds of people. But I wouldn't like to have his soul's karma. I think there are people who have power in society who are very frightened because they feel that their power is dependent on something that they don't have any control over. Like a president of a corporation, the board of trustees tell the president what to do. Dad was president of, no, he was chairman of the board of Brandeis University. He was one of the starting people of it. And then he hired Abe Sacker, who was the president. Abe and Dad were both very, very good speakers. And they vied for power, for speaking, but it wasn't really power. I mean, in our culture, power is measured in money. In India, power is closeness to God. That's quite a difference. I'd rather be powerful like God's powerful. God is creative and manifests the creation. That's pretty good power. Yeah. But I don't ever want to head for something like a powerful position. To me, the power is in the giving, in the service, in the path. That you don't keep your mind focused on your path. That's power. That's power.